welcome back to Fun Facts Friday with Barku and Rosa.
Today we're going to talk about if you're a boss in the boardroom and as an executive, does that mean you have to be a boss in the kitchen? We're also going to talk about women in leadership, and we're going to hear about Rosa's most embarrassing moments, because I have none. So, and you see, we have we decided to take you to a new place.
Yeah.
So,
More than merrier.
yes. So invite us to come and shoot Fun Fact Fridays at your place. Okay, Rosa, so let's talk about women in politics. It's 2018. There was the midterm elections in the U.S. and we also just had by-elections to replace two candidates in Liberia, and just looking at the women in leadership in politics, I should say, not necessarily just leadership in politics. There were a lot of diversity in the midterm elections, and in the election for District 13 for Liberia, for Monrovia, or Montserrado, I should say, there was eight candidates.
Female candidate.
There was 8 candidates, but there was only one female. And we have a female vice president for the first time. We had a female president in Liberia, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
And we have a female first lady also.
What? She better be a female if she's gonna be a first lady.
First lady.
So yeah, she would be a female. But I know what you mean. You mean we haven't had a first lady in a long time because we had a female president. But I think for me, what I'm trying to figure out is, we see all these powerful images of women in leadership in politics. Do you think we're where we need to be, or do we need to work some more?
I think we need to push forward because we have less women in the house, and women should step up their game. We should not sit down and let these men take over and sit back in the kitchen and say, oh, they're going to be leaders and everything. We need to go in politics because women make things happen. And women, and they have a saying that says, educate a girl and you educate the whole nation. So if women are in more places in the house, or representative or senator or whatever, we will see more changes happen.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because for your generation, why aren't there, or what do you hear or do you think is the setback holding some of your friends and some of your peers back from wanting to take that leadership role in Liberia?
Probably one of those it can be fear, because the former president we had was a female president, and now people are saying that we can never allow a woman to be president again. So that also is it's threatening us as women Cameroon who wants to protest or who wants to contest in 2021 election as president or representative, whatever. So people are now saying that because we had a female president and they believe that she didn't do anything, meaning we young women Cameroon shouldn't have a seat at the table. But that's a wrong perspective.
That's a very wrong perspective
towards young women coming up.
I also hope that young women watching the show should also use that as a reason or a motivation to push, because men have been running political offices for years. We have seen some development sometimes, and in some cases we've seen very little development. So I think having more women at the seat of the table would really help to push policies that can enhance the development and growth of issues that would affect girls. And then also, I think women also see things more holistically, because women are just by nature mothers. We want to take care of everything as a whole. So tell your friends, do not be afraid. Use this as a motivation, and you guys form groups, and let's see how we can support more young girls. We just had Cornelia. She is a strong, solid young girl who fought for District 13, did not win, but we see how she's rallying with the candidate that did win to support. So, we need more women like Cornelia, and we need more women in leadership. Okay, so we're going to talk about some of our most embarrassing moments, but I think Rosa has embarrassing moments. I don't think I have any. I have to think though. Rosa, so what ranks in your top 5 most embarrassing moments? Oh, by the way, I met Rosa's boyfriend today.
Oh my God. Okay, so
Embarrassing number one.
Embarrassing number one. And she's, I don't want to talk about that. So, one of my first embarrassing moment was when I was a kid. I went to church, Sunday school. And then there was time for Bible verses, and my teacher was like, John, somebody should give Bible verse. And I was, I was out there, I was like, me. He said, okay, Rosa, go ahead and say your Bible verse. And I stood up with that confidence, and I said, John 3:16, Jesus wept. When I got myself, everybody was laughing at me. I was so embarrassed.
Okay, for all you heathens watching, John 3:16 is for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Okay, that is John 3:16, not Jesus wept. That is funny. How old were you?
I think I was like 10.
And that's still traumatizing you today.
I meant to say John 11:35, and I just jumped in. John 3:16, Jesus wept.
I can't. So what did that do for your public speaking abilities in the future?
It taught me that I should think
before you talk.
And before I say it, I should know that it's the right thing to say.
There you go. That's a good lesson. I think, so mine is really bad. I feel like I shouldn't even say it, but I'm going to say it because I know we all have, like, we're young women, you experiment when you're young. Like, it's like a drunken story that I probably shouldn't say. But I literally met a friend who turned out to be one of my closest friends to today, Naja. And the first time I met Naja, we went out, we hung out, we were in New York, we were working in the music industry. And next thing I know, I had one too many drinks, and I threw up in the New York City cab. And my poor friend Naja, who this was my first time hanging out with Naja, like had to help me with vomit. Like I was so embarrassed, and I was like, this girl would never be my friend again. Not only is she one of my closest friends, even my friend's house that we were, I think, coming from, we're all so close. So it just shows you how you meet people, and this is what happens. But I think I can't think of any more embarrassing moments. I think I've tripped a couple of times, but I'm just too cool to have embarrassing moments. Oh, I know how to play it off. You gotta know how to play off an embarrassing moment, but blatantly public speaking the wrong thing in church, and obviously the drunken story. So see, I'm a good girl, but I'm me today, but I was young at one time, and I did misbehave, but I'm good today.
And I know my Bible verse now, so nobody should make that mistake.
And I did meet a boyfriend. We're gonna find out if he goes to church and test him on the Bible verse.
So you're my boss, and I know that you're always busy in the office. So as all top entrepreneur in a busy woman, do you also have time to go to the kitchen and prepare stuff?
So I'm just not the kitchen person. I'm just not that woman. I am. Do I know how to cook? I do know how to cook. I just don't like to cook. But I have to say, I think I would cook if I liked my kitchen. I don't think I really like my kitchen yet. We're in transition for homes, so I don't think I like my kitchen. But I know a lot of women who are amazing executives, incredible bosses, entrepreneurs, innovators, and I can tell you that if you even follow some of their Instagram, they can throw down in the kitchen. Like I said, I don't make dinner, I make reservations. But then again, I have so many friends. But I actually think, Rosa, so in the African, in the African society, most of the time, even fathers or brothers would say to a woman or a young girl, if you know how to cook, a man will not marry you, or you busy trying to learn instead of learning in the kitchen. Does that matter to you, or?
Both does, because I'm a student now, I'm not really busy. So for me, I get to enter the kitchen every Sunday because that's the only time I have to stay.
Oh, okay. And I never got any food. Okay, so I know what to expect on Mondays.
So every Sunday I'm in the kitchen because during the week I'm in school. And the kitchen can be really fun at times because you get to have your siblings around helping you. I don't have that time to be with them all through the week, so you get to have them help you. But then again, the kitchen can also be painful. I think ladies out there can attest to that because you get burned from the oil, you get burned from the hot pot, and some the most painful part is that
You gotta wash dishes, but she said grinding pepper.
your hands. I always hated that job. Oh my god. Your hands start to burn after picking pepper. That's the most annoying part.
That is funny, but you know what? You actually have a point. I do think that family time in the kitchen is actually essential. It's really good, and you know, as successful as I think a woman can be, when they can conquer a good meal, that's like an accomplishment. So we are going to show you how we can choose to do one or the other, but we can do both. However, don't make it like a demand, you know, or like a must. But because I like to do it. I go through moments. Like sometimes I want to stay in the kitchen, and then you know, because I'm always on a diet, so I'm trying to find how can I make these chocolates now with like just peanut butter and cacao powder and like sweetener, and it's less than 5 grams of carbs. Anyway, we could go on forever. But basically, yeah, you can be a boss in the boardroom and a boss in the kitchen too.
And you know the way that great man's heart is through the stomach.
Oh God.
So